If you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or a little lost as to where you're going with your marketing, sometimes the smallest habits can provide the biggest change. And if you're able to combine several tiny habits into a routine, that's when you'll feel your marketing game has slipped into easy mode. For instance, if you try all the habits in this video, it'll take just 10 minutes a day to see a significant change. And the change I'm talking about affects how much cash comes into your business. Marketing is a skill that you can quickly get good at. And I'm going to share with you some simple habits that will directly impact how much attention you get, how many leads come in, and how much money you make. So here's 10 powerful marketing habits to elevate your marketing brain without really even trying that hard. We're starting with this one because of how stupidly effective it is. Just think about this. Compelling marketing is fueled by creativity, and distractions are kryptonite to creativity. This is why we run out of steam so fast. So if you're in an office, then clean, tidy, stack, get rid of those coffee cups. You know how this works. Now, if you're like me, I don't have an office, but the same principle can be applied to your open browser tabs and to your laptop desktop. Just take a minute and declutter. Pretty quickly, you'll discover you're just naturally more productive and less easily stressed. And this will let your creativity engine run hotter for longer every day. Your marketing success is directly connected to how much creativity and consistency you can deploy on a daily basis. And every day, digital thieves are trying hard to steal your attention. Whether it's friend requests, email signups, new connections, newsletters, YouTube channel notifications, Facebook friends, Instagram DMs, the list goes on and on. See, chances are you're subscribing to more than one of these things every day, right? So take a minute every day and unsubscribe from at least one thing every day. Prune the digital clutter. Unsub from a mailing list, from a newsletter, or a YouTube channel. Or unfriend somebody. Unfriend a bunch of people. Go full Marie Kondo. Just cut things. You don't need that stuff. This habit forms a protective layer around your mental RAM. And this habit is freeing in ways that you'll probably soon forget, but you'll continue to benefit from regardless. So headlines make up the most important part of any single piece of marketing content. In fact, most people's content doesn't even get consumed because their headlines suck. So start a swipe file. And when you see a headline that steals your attention or compels you to take action, take 10 seconds and swipe the thing. This can simply be screenshots on your phone, or you can copy it into a text file. This needs to be something that you can see out in the wild. Perhaps you're on the subway and you're scrolling and you see something. You need to be able to save that quickly and put it into your swipe file. Now, this swipe file will immediately become useful, but as you add to it over the years, this will grow into an incredible resource. This habit literally takes seconds a day to implement, but your content will get a serious bump. People will even start coming to you for help with their headlines. I know this because that's what happened with me. And years ago, I started a headline swipe file. Now, this one's the same principle, but specifically for social media posts. So if you come across a social media post out in the wild and it's got a call to action and the thing's blown up, you take the 12 seconds and take a screenshot. See, it's rare for a social media post with a call to action attached to the bottom of it. It's rare for that thing to take off, as rare as hen's teeth. But because of the viral nature of social, these things can lead to instant fortunes. This post here, this led to my first 26K day. And although the idea was an original one, when I tried to repeat this success, I realized that I needed inspiration. So get your phone, make a folder called Social CTAs, and whenever you see one, screenshot, pop it in there. Then whenever you're writing a call to action on a social post, you'll have a rich library to draw from. Oh, and as a side note, if you're making YouTube videos, do the same thing and call it YouTube thumbnails. And just put anything you see that's cool, screenshot, and put it in that folder. And you'll never run out of good ideas for thumbnails. This one's just like doing reps in the gym, but it's for your marketing brain. See, in marketing, we do a lot of writing, and the best marketers are almost universally incredibly skilled copywriters. Do you think that's a coincidence? Because I don't think that's a coincidence. Most of the writing we do is meant to generate curiosity, and the daily rep habit skills up your ability to generate curiosity in your writing. And here's how I know. Years ago, I realized that my email subject lines sucked. No one opened my email. So I made this daily game to see how many good email subject lines I could write in a minute. The first day, I didn't even get one. My brain was so locked up, I couldn't get one. But after a few days, the skill started to improve. But after a few weeks, I was able to get 3 or 4 good subject lines out in a minute. But that's not the point here. I began to notice that all my writing was improving. Just 1 minute of daily practice writing something as simple as an email subject line will rewire your brain, and everything else you write will become more compelling. Try it and come back and tell me about your experience in the comments. This one isn't just about marketing. This is about making more money in your business. This is about being a business owner who goes after it. And I got three words for you: lead, meeting, sale. The scoreboard glance habit is easy. There's no real work to it. All you simply do is report on the day's activity. Just take a notebook or a spreadsheet and make 3 columns: lead, meeting, sale. Then you tally up your leads for the day. You tally up your meetings with potential customers for the day, and you tally up your sales for the day. Now, why are we doing this? Well, what gets measured gets managed, right? That's the principle here. See, if you're anything like me, then you're probably reasonably skilled at making excuses and finding the reasons why something didn't turn out as you'd hoped. But being forced to sum up an entire day's efforts into a crude, cold, non-forgiving number each day, this will work to make you curious and even fascinated about how to make those numbers move in the right direction. It just takes like 20 seconds. You just write the number down and you'll feel a little bit of pain when it's not the number that you were hoping it was going to be. But that's okay. There's no shame, there's no guilt. You're just writing down what happened. And you watch over days and weeks, your creative mind will get to work and it will start solving these challenges for you. This one is so simple. Small notepad, it lives where you work. I'm focused on something and then my brain will interrupt me. And usually ideas or reminders barge into your mind when you're in the middle of something. And we know that multitasking and task shifting is a disaster for our creativity and productivity. So just give that part of your mind a little release valve. Whenever an idea starts knocking, trying to get your attention, instead of resisting it, just pause, open your notepad, quickly write it down. That's it. You'll be back to what you're doing with full focus in just a few seconds, with the knowledge that no ideas are getting lost. And then all you do at the end of your day, you take a look at the notepad. If what you've written down is still important to you, you stick it on tomorrow's to-do list. If it's not, you just cross it off the list on the spot. You'll come to find that many of the things you put on your list, over time you'll realize that they needed to get them out of your head, but they don't actually matter that much. So the benefit comes here just to get it out of your head and onto the paper. You don't necessarily need to do anything with the information, but it's scratching away and it's affecting you and it's stealing your creativity. Get it out, write it down, done, deal with it later. So this one might actually end up being more than a minute, depending how long you sit for in a day, but it's something I have seen have tremendous impact on my marketing clients. Yeah, I'm helping them to get better marketing and I'm telling them to move. And I get it, it's hard to see the connection at first. The premise is simple. You do an hour sitting down working, you get up for 1 minute. Do whatever you want to do in that minute, but just get up. You don't think it's that effective, do you? I'll tell you what, you do it for a week, and you come back into the comment section and you tell me what's happened to your marketing, to your creativity, to your content, and to your lead generation. But why just 1 minute? Isn't it better to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes? I mean, that's what we're told. We should be walking 10 minutes or 5 minutes around for every hour or 50 minutes seated, right? Yeah, that's true. But do you know what actually happens in the real world? We just resist that. See, when I'm focused on getting shit done, I don't want to break that flow. I'll sacrifice the 5 or 10 minute walk so I can stay in the focus of what I'm actually doing, because I know that it's taken a while to get here and I don't want to lose that. I don't want to let go of that muse, whatever it is I'm focusing on. And that's what we all do. But a single minute, that's easy. Anyone can do it. I did it when I was writing my notes down for this video. I went, I've been sitting for an hour. I got up, I walked around, went to the window, got some water, I sat down and I started typing. And the ideas that I had that I was writing before were clearer and concise immediately. I hadn't lost any focus. I hadn't shifted my attention. It was immediately back into it. So 1 minute, that's all you need. This is less about networking. Mind you, you will still get some results from that. But this is instead about improving the lens in which you view the world, your industry, your marketplace, and how you interact with it. It's not woo-woo. Let me give you an example. Let's say your audience is on Facebook. If you spend just 1 minute towards the end of your day, maybe this doesn't require that much creativity. And in fact, it's a great way to simply unwind a little bit. You just spend 1 minute, you engage with someone on your feed who looks like a peer. And that's the key here. So you're not engaging with any intent to try and get prospects or anything else to get followers. You're just simply engaging with people who you think That could be a person on the same level as me. Over time, your feed, the one that you interact with, that'll start to change, and you will become attuned to all kinds of platform-specific nuances. All it takes is a minute, but you'll develop an increased level of market awareness. And in the eyes of your prospects, you will move from just another player in the space to someone who has authority and who looks like they know what they're talking about, who looks like they know what they're doing. I love this one. I'm excited to give this to you. This habit, tomorrow's one, this changed my work days and my work week from always feeling like I was never getting enough done. It changed from that to now I'm in a place where although I feel like I want to get more things done, there's no guilt or shame or weird attachment to that. I don't finish my day feeling like I'm behind, like I can never catch up. See, this one question has revolutionized my productivity, my ability to produce high quality output with less stress and more enjoyment consistently. So here's the question. If there is an emergency tomorrow and I have to choose just one thing to achieve, which one is it? Now, we do it at the end of the day because it's easy to identify what's the most important thing to do tomorrow because you've had your head in the thick of it all day. If you try and do it in the morning, which I've tried to do many times because I've forgotten to do it the night before, but when you try and do it in the morning, it's too difficult because you have the pressure of urgent, which is not the same as important. So this takes you over time away from being the kind of person who's reacting to the world, reacting to your day, and this turns you instead into the kind of person who is purposely choosing what they set their mind to, what tasks they get done, what work they allow themselves to get fully involved in. So at the end of the day, you take like 20 seconds and you think about it and you go, that's the most important thing to do tomorrow. Might take half an hour, might take 3 hours. It doesn't really matter. But whatever it is, you circle it or you highlight it, make it bold so that when tomorrow comes, until that one thing is done, nothing else gets my focus. Nothing else. I don't check email. I don't check messages. It doesn't matter. Nothing else really matters unless that one thing is done. Pretty much everything else can wait. I treat this as if it's the only thing I'm going to get done that day. And sometimes this is the case. Maybe there's an emergency that pops up that I need to tend to. Or on the flip side, the positive side, maybe there's an opportunity that arises that I don't want to let pass. See, I mean, what's the point? So much of our productivity is optimized for more productivity. But what's the point if all we're going to do with the extra time and energy is more productivity? No. The point is to pursue the success of your endeavor while enjoying the journey. And sometimes that journey sees you take the afternoon off because you've got a sick kid that's in the hospital. Or other times it's because that same kid is having so much fun playing with you during your lunch break that you decide to let it roll. And let's just push the afternoon out and let's just enjoy this moment and make memories and then take the afternoon off. So this small habit only takes a minute to identify tomorrow's one, but it allows my attention at the start of my tomorrow to be extremely focused. And usually I get to the end of my week with better business results than at the start of the week. These 10 habits take only about 10 minutes, but they'll elevate your marketing game and make you more money. If you want to unlock even more money, in this next video, I debunk 33 marketing myths that even some professionals believe. I'll see you in the next video.